customers are, figure out what they want, and go do it. It's business 101. But I found it's interesting is most companies, whether it's suppliers into retail or retailers themselves, are not organized around customer or customer segment. They're basically organized around product and geography. Right? Fundamentally, they're organized merchandisers and then geography, which is stores. So they're product and geography focused. And at the end of the day, neither side really cares about customer segments. The product guy is driven by optimizing his or her product. The store guy is driven by optimizing his or her store. No one is thinking really about customer. And what is the bundle and mix of things that he or she is buying, what the basket looks like, how big is the basket size, how frequently do they visit. Nobody is driven by customer. And typically the customer responsibility is given to some place like marketing, which has no clout. They have no influence. They're busy trying to explain to everybody how it could help them to think about customer, but nobody cares. So I find it fascinating in a business like yours, and I'm not saying it's happening in Brazil, but in the US at least, I find how little they think about customer. They think about product a lot. They think about product a lot. And they spend lots of money on market research. But do they actually act on it? Not so much. That's why we say in retail there's a lot more customer data, a lot more customer analysis than action. Very little action, lots of analysis. Very little action. Here's somebody else. He says, grounding the rationale of why we are doing and what we are doing in customer impact. So are we really asking ourselves the question that how we doing is driving real value to the customer? Moving along. Here's another one. Understanding the needs of your customers and using it to direct upstream decisions. So the point here being that how can I actually use customer insight to really meaningfully drive decisions around product design, development, and delivery? Am I actually using it to design and develop better products? Solution-oriented value to the customer. You know, what are the challenges our customer faces on a daily basis, and what understand to adjust our strategy to provide value to the customer. The point over here being, do we really understand the challenges the customer is facing today and then act around that? So what are the challenges? Is it credit? Is it access to location? What is it that really drives value in this context? So I want to say one more thing over here. Two things I want to add over here. First of all, people assume that this customer value differentiation is only things that premium product providers do. That it's only the guys who want to be up there in the premium segment. They're the ones who should think about this stuff. The other guy who's thinking of cost, he shouldn't waste his time on this. That is absolutely not true. If you look at the guys who successfully play on the low end, they have very deep insight into what customers value and also what customers don't value. So they know what to subtract. If you look at a Walmart, they know what to subtract. They don't know only what to add, but also what to subtract. If you look at Southwest Airlines, it's the most successful discount airline in the US. What did they figure out? They figured out a couple of key things. First, customers don't really care about food on the airplane. We all knew that. The airlines didn't. So they don't give food on the airplane. They have shorter flights also. The next thing they said was, customers don't really have to buy their ticket through a travel agency. For a little discount, they're willing to come to our website and buy it from us directly. Subtract. The next thing they figured out was, customers don't necessarily want pre-assigned seating. Because if you take away pre-assigned seating, You can get people on the plane much faster. Your planes come in, they're only on the gate for 20 minutes. They're taking off on time. They're landing on time. Your flights are running on time. People care about being on time. It's more important to be on time than to have the perfect seat for yourself. So they figured out what to add, but they also knew what to subtract.